What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Skipperdo here, Scovlad. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new to the Anything and Everything podcast, episode number 6. It's a nice, sunny, bright, little bit of heat today out here in Ontario, Canada. I went for a run. I've been slacking a little bit though. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about me slacking. No, we're gonna talk about because I've been dealing with a lot of stress, anxiety, and how I've managed to cope. Good ways, bad ways, what's worked for me in the past, and what I want to start implementing again now, because I noticed a big difference. But that's the whole thing, right? It's like I notice a difference of when I fall off a little bit, and that's teaching me something too. It's like, yo, Scott, you got to get back on the shit you used to do, like meditation and breathing and whatnot, right? Well, we all breathe, but we'll get into that more. Hello, Felipe. I'm sipping some tea. I haven't had tea in a little while. This is, what is it? It's some organic ginger tea, basically. That's all it is. And helps with your gut and your immune system. And tastes pretty good. And then I got some water here, because water's good too, eh? Hi, Philip. So, for me, I'm going to talk straight up. I've been stressing. I've been anxious the past, my whole life. But no, the past few weeks, it's been a little hardcore. I quit smoking weed about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks now. And then I started smoking cigarettes after that because I was getting a little stressed out. And I used to be way more addicted before. But yes, it's still an addiction that I'm working towards becoming sober in. But for now, it's whatever it is, right? And because I get overwhelmed with a lot of shit, trying to fix a lot of shit in my life when I need to realize that I'm perfect how it is. But I can still work on myself, right? So I smoked weed all weekend, though, too. I got some organic weed from my buddy. And it puts more pressure on me saying, I want to quit it. And then when I don't quit it, I relapse on it. And I'm like, oh, shit. It makes you feel a little bit belittled and lesser. You'd be like, oh shit, I can't do it. I'm weak. I'm not strong enough. And so don't put a title on it. I'm never doing it again. Go hardcore. You gotta have that balance in between, or else, for me at least, I just go back on my word, and I'm like, shit. Well, I did it. It's all good. And then you get a little sad about it and anxious and whatnot. But the cigarettes I've been smoking because I know they kill you, but it helps, I guess, with the stress and anxiety, but then it makes you more stressed and anxious. It's been making me more tight. Can't breathe as much. My runs, I didn't run the past week as much. I went for a run today, but I can't run as much because my lungs. And I'm also dealing with an adrenal fatigue. So it's like all the problems they rack up, and then you get rid of them, and then more come in. So it's that's the balance. That's the ebb and flow of life, the up and down. And for me, when coping with them now is basically just fucking dealing with it, dealing with that pain and sitting with it, I guess. Not just literally sitting in one spot, but walking around my backyard, or sit in my backyard, sitting in the kitchen, watching TV, even, I don't know, watching some movies, petting my cats. And it's just not trying to do much so I can see what is helping and what is not, I guess. And then meditation, I've fallen off that. I used to, 2 weeks ago, I was meditating for a year straight, almost every morning, 10-15 minutes before I go to bed, 10-15 minutes sometimes during the day. Now I'm only doing not even once a day, and I notice the stress. I notice the stress, the anxiety, the uptight, tense feeling in my body, mostly in my gut, right? And it helps for sure, 100%. Whether or not you're trying to bring more awareness in your life, it helps with that. If you're trying to connect with your spirit guides and your angels, and I'm not into that too much anymore, but whatever you want to connect with yourself, the universe. It brings a total bliss feeling when you get a deep meditation, which I was getting almost every day. And that's peace. That's literally inner peace. You can feel it. And you can also ask yourself, where am I tense? Where do I need working on? And you're not going to get your voice hey, Scott, you got to work on. No, you'll know. It's kind of like an inner knowing for me. And you just got to take action on that inner knowing. And it helps. Obviously, I've fallen off, but I don't know if I'd use that to falling off. I'm falling off one level onto one train onto a different train, and I'm still moving. That's the whole thing, right? It's not I'm not going to do anything about it, or I'm fucking failed. I'm getting back up, even if I fall. or I'm gonna land on another train that's moving in a different direction. It's gonna take me somewhere else. It's gonna teach me something else. And that's what it is right now. It's been like how to cope with this stress and anxiety. And it's not overeating. Because the overeating, I get back on it too. It's like a bipolar mood type thing. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm eating perfectly healthy. And then I'll fall off and I'll be eating fucking junk food. Eat like 5-6 meals a day. Especially when I start smoking weed. And you get the munchies and whatever. And then once you get a taste of something unhealthy, you're like, damn, I want more of that. For me, at least. That's why I gotta work on self-discipline as well, because it's teaching me that I need to have more self-discipline too. It's like, fuck, because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna smoke cigarettes today, and then I'll start right off the day by smoking a fucking cigarette, and it's not good for your health either doing these things. And stress and anxiety can make you feel like shit, and you want to feel better, you want to feel good. So I mean, set the intention and just take action. Do whatever you can. I'm not the whole type of guy that's like, if you don't have motivation, you need discipline. It's like, yes, discipline's good, motivation's good, faith is good, trust is good, but stress and anxiety is good too, because then it teaches you things. Same with depression, same with sadness, lethargia. I don't know if that's the word, but being lethargic and like adrenal fatigue. I've been dealing with that a lot. Like, it's like you want to do shit, but you're so tired you can't do it to your best of your ability, or even like there's no motivation to do it, and there's no purpose in certain things, and it's like, yo, no, it's all good, right? It passes. Everything's gonna pass, and that's what I've noticed. You know, it's like I'm not gonna kill myself anymore. I'm not suicidal anymore, but so it's like it's not just gonna end. It's always gonna change. The only constant is change, right? And it's like if something's gonna change, something's gotta budge, something's gotta give. I've got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. I gotta get fed up, or something like a miracle and a blessing and an opportunity comes in my life, and then you take it, right? And then you're on a different path. You're on a whole different trajectory, somewhere else to somewhere else that leads you to somewhere else. Now you're in love, you're having kids, you're making millions of dollars every year. I mean, whatever you want, though, whatever you desire, you can have. But it's hard to find out it's hard to get what you desire when you don't even know what you desire. That's what I've dealt with too, though. It's like, I'm fucking so stressed and anxious that I can't figure out my purpose. I can't figure out what I want to do, what I even like. And then you get overwhelmed in that. More overwhelmed from being overwhelmed. And it's like a cycle. But it's going to end when you break that cycle. Welcome. And like, keep moving forward. If that was my advice for anybody, it's like, keep moving forward. I don't mean that literally like physically, right? It's like, yes, keep moving. You got exercise is good, and that's what I've noticed when I fall off that rocker, that exercise and fitness and nutrition rocker. You feel like shit. They're not as good. So it's good to keep fit. It's good to get vitamin D, that vitamin dick. Well, dick's good too for girls, if like it's love and love making, not just sex, love making. And cuddling's good for releasing oxytocin and feel better mood hormone. And suns, though, yeah, get out in the sun when it's sunny. Even get out anyways. Get out in nature, because I notice when I don't go out in nature, I haven't been out in like fucking a week or something. I used to go every day in the winter. Makes you feel better. And now it's sunnier, so why wouldn't I want to go out? But the sun for sure helps. Peace and quiet helps in nature. The breeze, breathing. That's what I want to talk about. If you're like short breathing and like not breathing deeply, which I've been doing again because I've been smoking cigarettes, and it just doesn't, I don't have as much awareness on my breath. Like before, I was like, everywhere I was going, like walking, driving, sitting, I was make sure I was aware of my breathing, and now it's kind of like falling off a little bit. And that's what's been going on with the stress and anxiety too, right? And then your immune system's not strong if you're consuming a lot of fear-based everything. But you like it's a whole cycle. And when it comes to finding that like peace and whatever, you gotta ask yourself what you need Nobody can help you. People can help. Yes, I hate how that's like, nobody can help. You can only help yourself. It's like, no, it's true. You can only help yourself, really. But you can still ask for help. You can still, like, reach out to people to talk, to ask for something if you need it. And then obviously think of them, be like, oh, I'm grateful for this help I received. And also, like, food, right? Like, nutrition. I've been eating a little unhealthy. I've had an inflamed gut a little bit. It's been a little beer belly, and I don't drink beer, and I don't drink at all. But there's that, and then, like, with all the food that's unhealthy I'm eating, it makes your gut feel like shit. So you got to get those bacteria back in order, like 75% good, 25% bad. And I'm doing juice cleanse on Wednesday, so I'm gonna do a 22 hour dry fast before, maybe a little less dry fast, but on Tuesday I'm gonna stop eating like 2-3 p.m. do a dry fast from like 5 p.m. all the way till the next day, and then I go pick up the juice around 2. It's from a local juicery, cold pressed juice, Vitality Juice Co. Shout out to them. And they deliver to the vegan place that I always go to. And then I'm gonna do the juice cleanse. It's like, so 1 day deep juice cleanse, and then I'm gonna do the juice cleanse that whole day on the Wednesday. And the next day, last time I did a few months ago, I woke up like 3 in the morning. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta eat. So then I went and ate some of the raw cashews I bought from them too, and more food, because I was like I couldn't sleep after that, and it was fucking hurting. My stomach felt empty, especially if you're lying on your back and just like an empty pit. On the top of your stomach's hitting your back. But so I'm excited for that, because it's gonna reset my gut, my immune system. It's gonna build it. It's gonna give me more energy. And it's gonna make me feel better, all around. So you only know what your body needs. You know it. I'm gonna go to no doctor and be like, yo, what do I need? That's worst case scenario, but it's like, no, I know my own body better than anybody else does. So that's why I'm not getting the vaccines. Obviously not. Why would you? It's experimental. But I'm for sure going through a phase. It's like there's like the shadow phase and the light phase, right? It's like I'm in these negatives so I can know how good it feels to be in the positives. And because that's the balance. You just got to find peace in the unsettlement. Peace in the hell. And then, be the devil in your own hell. But like a good devil. Like you're the king in the shadows. You're the prince of the shadows. And then you're the king of the light. And that's the balance, right? So when I'm in my good phases, I'm fucking basking out in the glory of it. And like, I'm not getting too cocky. I'm not getting too like, oh, you bad. But it can end, yes. But then it'll come back. It's always going to be on that phase cycle. But it's also, as you raise your vibration, as you start feeling better overall, your overall level, like at a 1 out of 10, let's say you're like a 7 nonstop, and then sometimes you can drop to a 6 or a 5 or a 4. Sometimes you can go to an 8, 9, or 10. But once you go up to, like, if you're like a permanent 8, then a permanent 9, you're not going to go as low. And if it is, it's going to be quicker, I think. I haven't been there yet, but who knows, right? And just really take time alone. I'm always alone, basically, except when my mom's here, because she lives here. I live with her and my cats, but that's not people. I see friends here and there. I don't have too many friends, though, but my friends are good friends, right? And it's like, I'm not going to be like begging them to hang out or anything. It's like, no, we'll do it on our own terms, on our own time. We have our own lives. We're doing our own things, working towards our own goals and whatnot. But it's beautiful when we hang out, right? You enjoy that time that much more. And you learn so much more when you vibe alone for a while. I've been vibing alone for over a year now, probably. Yeah, I come up to that. Where I don't hang out with anybody. And, I've learned a lot. It's been fucking tough as hell. But I made it through. I'm still here. I'm stronger. I'm not going to cut off my life. I'm still becoming the strongest version of me, whether or not I don't think that or not. Or like some days I'll get mad. It's like, no, you're fucking weak. You're a pussy. It's like, nah, bro, you're doing good. Nothing good. It's like, nah, like you look back at yourself a year ago and see what shit you were doing. See how you treated people. See how you treated yourself. See how you acted, responded, reacted. See what you even wore, what your mindset was. And if you haven't changed, well, maybe you're fine now, and that's you were fine before, but maybe there's always something you can work on, right? And if you have changed a lot, then that's fucking amazing. Good for you. Because change is beautiful when you're doing it for the better. And just check in with yourself. Really appreciate yourself. Be grateful for yourself. Because I know, like, same with, I've talked about this before, like momentum. It's like you can go on a negative spiral momentum down. You can go on a positive momentum. The more you are on that positive momentum, the more you're going to feel lighter, feel good, feel better, enjoy things, get better sleep, wake up earlier, get more done, be more productive. But then when you're on that negative spiral where it's like, shit, I didn't get done today, it's like, that's fine though if you don't get things done, but then you can change it in that moment. But if I do this a lot and then I go negative, it's like, shit, I didn't get done, and the next day I don't get much done, and that's like, fuck, then it's a negative spiral. And then you got to change that loop, change that cycle, change that habit by tricking your body, being a glitch in the matrix in your own life of doing something that can fucking pop you out of it, change the trajectory, change that mindset, and turn everything around, and just learn, grow. See, like, life right now is just kind of fucking bleh. No, not bleh. It's like meh, ooh. Like, it's different every day, right? And it's like, how are you gonna enjoy it? How can you learn? How can you grow? How can you radiate love and accept everything that happens for it happening? And just living. Because we're here on this earth, this planet, this home of all humans. So just live, and keep your head up. And if it's down, then take a rest. I'm about to sneeze, so hold up. Okay, no, it went away. Yeah, though, that's the message today. Thank you for tuning into episode number 6 of the Anything and Everything podcast. I'm slowly working towards making this like a good production for myself, a good experience for myself, for people that are watching. So that's why I got like the whole new setup here. It's green for me, obviously, but I'm going to put a background up there. I got my desk and laptop set up here, and it's a nice angle. The mic's here. I'm working on a logo for the A plus E podcast. Thumbnails specific for the podcast videos on this channel. A logo for the name of this channel, Scott Vlad. A banner picture that's a little more professional. Profile picture for it's a little more professional. Some more Photoshop stuff because I got a few more days left on the trial, like 5 days left on my Photoshop trial. So I might, if I get the hang of that, I might extend it once I get some money because it's cool. Photoshop's cool. You can do some thumbnails in it, which is much better, right? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. If you like the video, give a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, click. And if you want to comment down below, what's your mindset around all these things? How do you feel about what I've been talking about in this video? Anything that comes to your mind, pop it down in the comments below. I'm always replying to comments. And yeah, thanks again. I'm Scott Vlad. This is the Anything and Everything podcast, episode number 6. I'm out. Peace.